Hello, beautiful souls. This is Dr. Beata, and today I have a very exciting surprise announcement that I'm going to make. And before we go ahead and jump into that, I wanted to take a moment and ask you a few questions. Do you feel that you deserve to finally heal? Do you deserve to feel better, to feel joy, to feel abundance, to feel love every single day? And if so, what have you been trying on your healing journey so far? Have you been doing diets? Have you been doing supplements? Have you been seeing multiple practitioners and providers? What has that resulted in? Did you see any improvement? Did you see a little bit of improvement and then you plateaued or you got stuck? And what I want you to know is that this is so common. You're not alone. Many people on their healing journey end up going through certain steps. We end up listening to our practitioners or providers. Now, there's a little caveat there, because what happens is that many practitioners and providers have a blueprint, and you are just working off of their blueprint. They don't take into account your innate healing abilities. They don't take into account your intuition. They don't take into account where you are on your healing journey. And in my opinion, that is one of the most crucial things that you can do when you are healing. Because all the things that you're doing, maybe again, you're doing supplements or diet, or you're doing yoga classes, even things like stubborn weight that won't come off, right? You're going to the gym, you're doing cardio, etc. It's not that all of these things are bad. They're good. And they may not be for you. You may not be in alignment with your healing journey. That may not be in alignment with you at the moment. And when we start tapping into our intuition, when we become in tune with our body, our mind, our soul, and we can start acknowledging that intuition and honoring it and trusting it, then we can make these really powerful decisions, not just on our health journey, but in life in general. And when we tap into that power, we reclaim our innate healing abilities. And what that means is that we become in tune with what we need in the given moment. And if you are a mom or a parent, we also can become in tune with what our children need in the given moment. Because I have done dozens and dozens of consultations just over the past year with this different approach than my traditional physical therapy background. And almost every single person that I've connected with, we go through the process and they go, you know what? Part of me thought that that was what I should do, but I didn't trust it because the doctor was telling me this. The pediatrician was telling me that. My provider just wanted me to do this. So deep down inside, I think you also know that there's a part of you that already knows what's best for you. And again, it's a matter of tapping into that powerful wisdom. It's a matter of acknowledging it, trusting it, and then knowing how to gain divine guidance as well. Because as humans, we have many experiences. And I don't want to call them all traumatic. However, they shape us. So some of them may be traumatic. Some of them may be what I refer to as micro traumas. And so as a child, were you told to repress your emotions, that you couldn't cry, that you couldn't be angry, that it wasn't okay for you to say no? And that was repeated and repeated and repeated. And that became a pattern. That became wired into your nervous system. Now, when we are in that state, that, especially in childhood, we're so moldable, that becomes a trait, right? That state becomes a trait. It becomes a way of being. And that can create emotional and energetic blockages in our body, in our experience, in our ability to make different decisions, to tap into that intuition that we have. And so when we are in this state that has now become a trait, healing cannot occur. Essentially, our nervous system has become wired there's a piece of nervous system regulation that needs to occur for the energy to be able to move, for our bodies to be able to heal and to receive healing, receive the capacity to heal. So with the surprise that I'm going to be talking about in just a moment, this is what I am so passionate about. It has been absolutely crucial on our healing journey, my healing journey and my daughter's healing journey. And we were doing so many things. We were doing diets, we were trying supplements, we were working with this practitioner, that practitioner, etc. There was a little piece of my intuition that kept popping in, and I'm so grateful that I did listen to it, because we didn't go down paths that weren't meant for us. And by listening to that little bit of intuition, I was able to guide our journey. And eventually we did get to practitioners who actually listened to us, who took our intuition into account. And by doing that, our healing absolutely accelerated. So after a while, I'm not sure how many of you are familiar with our healing journey, but my daughter was born and had all sorts of medical conditions, colic, reflux, eczema, food allergies through my breast milk, and others. And it was a really challenging time as a new mom who was sleep deprived, had a colicky baby who did not want to be put down ever, who only wanted to be latched on. My resources at the moment felt very tapped out. It felt like I was stuck. It felt like I was trapped, like I couldn't do anything. Like I was in this place between, a rock and a hard place. I didn't have the support that I thought I had. And what ended up happening is my anxiety spiraled out of control. Our health actually got worse. My own health challenges surfaced. So even though it was my daughter's health challenges who kind of brought everything to light, in that state, my health actually deteriorated. So my blood work came back positive for autoimmunity, certain autoimmune conditions. My digestion was a mess. And the thing is that at that moment, we were actually on a healing protocol. And things were actually worse than before. And what was happening is that my system, my body, was not in a healing state. And that was having a direct effect on my daughter and our energetics, our experience, our daily experience. So what made the biggest difference, right? One, I started listening to that intuition, and I ended up following or finding practitioners, creating a team around us that, again, honored our intuition, actually listened to us. And with their help, I stumbled upon nervous system regulation. And through that, my intuition, my ability to tap into my innate knowing and my innate wisdom, my higher self, I call it the goddess self of ourselves, our resourceful self. By being able to tap into that, I actually ended up doing a lot of work on my own. I found my own mentors, I found my own programs, my own courses, my own workshops that I did. I did so much work on my own, so that then when I showed up to the practitioners, to our appointment every 6 weeks or 8 weeks, whatever it was, and we only had half of an hour, which is what most of you get if you are in the functional medicine world or going to see integrative practitioners, right? And I was able to exponentially accelerate our healing because I had already done this work. So I came to the appointment and I said, hey, my intuition guided me to look at this and this and this. And I did some work on this and I released that. And all of a sudden this shift happened and that happened. And all of my providers made the same comment. Once I started getting into that rhythm, embodying it, becoming in tune, embodying that higher self, that goddess self, all of a sudden my practitioners were saying, you are going through the process so much faster. You are accelerating your healing more than anyone else that we're working with. And at the moment, I didn't really get that. I didn't get what they were saying. And especially over the past couple months, that was a light bulb event. Because when I started putting the pieces together, it wasn't that these practitioners, they are fantastic. and they were awesome, and I learned so much from them. And it was a combination of my intuition, of that innate knowing, of that innate tapping into my higher self, my goddess self, that all-knowing wisdom, because a part of you is already whole. It is already healed. It already knows all the answers. And by tapping into that, our healing has accelerated dramatically. And it's not just myself, my daughter as well, because there's energetic interplay, there's spiritual interplay. Are you spiritually aligned with so many different aspects of your life? And so, as you can see, this goes way beyond the physical, because the population that I initially helped serve were moms and their little ones who were experiencing colic, reflux, eczema, food allergies through their breast milk. And that is still a passion of mine, and I still have the ability and capability to support those moms. And I realized that that dyad brought to light how important our energetics are between us and those around us in the healing process. The relationships we have, the career that we have, what we do every day, what we think, what we believe, and how that affects our daily experience. And all of this culmination of our past years of healing, our journey, our experiences, all the practitioners, providers, all of the intuitive downloads that I've gotten, all of the modalities that I've learned and been mentored in, have brought us to this place where I'm going to announce the Radiant Health and Wellness Mastermind. And I am so excited. And my vision for this community is something that has been in the works for quite some time. So for the most part, so far, I've worked with one-on-one clients, and I've absolutely loved that and enjoyed that. And there's been a gap between sessions, because between sessions, life happens. You may get distracted. There's sicknesses that happen. Life happens. There's so much going on. And so there was this gap in stability, in accountability, and support. And also the community aspect, because together we are wiser, we are stronger, and we can accomplish more together. So with this mastermind, you do get the initial, it's a 5-month mastermind. The initial portion is the nervous system regulation. So this is crucial. This is a framework, different modalities that you will learn, because I am all about empowering you. Yes, I want to help you on your healing journey, but I don't want you to become reliant on me. I want to teach you the skills so that you can do this at any time, any place, anywhere. And you can then, if you are a parent or a mom, you can then teach your little ones, because that is how we make a generational impact. That is how we clear generational trauma, ancestral trauma. And that is where the power really lies. So that is the first piece, the nervous system regulation aspect. Now, the next piece is going to be some gut health. You get the gut health blueprint. Now, with this blueprint, again, this is general guidelines. And with the mastermind, if you go for the goddess tier, you get one-on-one consultations. That is where we dive deep into your medical history, where we dive deep into your medical journey, your healing journey, and we customize. So you get customized guidance for your gut health, because in my opinion, if our gut health is not optimal, if our gut microbiome is off, then we cannot think clearly. It affects our cravings, it affects our mood, it affects the way we think and what we believe. So if we don't address that portion, if we don't address the physical gut health portion, again, the nervous system work is only so powerful. So it's the combination that is crucial. And then there are, again, energetic modalities, things that you learn how to do by yourself. Just a few that I'll mention are EFT or tapping, emotion freedom technique, emotion code, divine muscle testing. And this is where a lot of the power lies, because when you start to be able to do this for yourself, you are no longer reliant on other providers. And it's not saying that you're not going to see other practitioners or providers or get evaluations or consultations. But when you do that, you are going to have the power to make the decision for yourself. Is this in alignment with me? Is this in my highest and greatest good to follow these instructions, to go ahead on this protocol? And the cool thing is, again, you use this in all aspects of life. I use this now with every decision that I make, no matter what it is, whether it's health, food, what I'm going to wear, what, I'm going to check messages, I'm going to respond to messages. That is where it becomes transformational, because your life absolutely transforms when you can tap into that higher self and higher knowing. And essentially, through this mastermind, you will learn how to stand in your power. You will have alignment with your mind, body, and soul, and you'll be able to live fully with radiance, with health, and ease. There'll be less stress, less overwhelm, less anxiety, and when it does pop up, you'll be able to diminish it very quickly. So I have some bonuses, right? So we talked about the mastermind is 5 months, and for those of you who do the goddess tier, you get one one-on-one session a month plus a kickoff call, so 6 total one-on-ones. And you get the Radiant Health and Wellness step-by-step program for the nervous system. You get 5 months of membership and mentorship from myself. You get 2 healing incubators every month. So what those are healing experiences where you will leave feeling like a goddess. You will experience this emotional, energetic transformation. And again, there's accountability. And you can schedule that in or watch the replays, because again, many of the moms I work with and women that I've worked with are busy moms. So I know that sometimes you can't make it live, and that is okay. I've been in many programs that I haven't been able to make it live, and there's still that accountability that I'm going to watch this replay. I'm going to take this time for myself. I'm going to gift myself this experience, knowing that by gifting myself this experience, everyone around me is going to feel it. I'm going to be able to be a better mom, a better partner, a better friend, a better everything. And the next part is the community masterminding. Again, like I mentioned, all of us have different experiences. So there's one mom that I'm working with currently. She has 5 kids. I do not have 5 kids. So she is going to be able to help with ideas, with suggestions, with tips that she has experienced. Again, there's different temperaments and personalities in children. So when we take the time to learn from each other, we exponentially, again, accelerate our knowledge, our healing, our wisdom. One-on-one sessions. So these are 90-minute sessions. We dive deep. We do energetic work, gut health work, nutrition work, also a lot of emotional work that is specific to you. Because like I mentioned before, part of these underlying root causes that you may not be addressing, where you may not be seeing improvement, where you may not be getting healing, is that these underlying root causes, the emotional energetics, you may not be addressing them because it's not in alignment with your healing journey to do the gut health, to do other work if this isn't done first. And this is a key missing piece for so many people. So with these emotional energetic sessions, you will literally feel a release. You will literally feel like a transformed person. There will be pieces of the puzzle that fall into place for you. And you'll feel it physically as well. That's the cool piece. So along with the bonuses, you also get a custom game plan. So game plan for you, how you're going to approach your healing journey. How are you going to dedicate 15 minutes to yourself every single day, no matter how busy you may be, no matter how many kids you do have, no matter what is going on with your life. I promise you that investing 15 minutes in yourself every day is going to be transformational. If you can do that, then you can do the mastermind, you can do the program. And that's where this game plan comes in, because by creating a game plan, you have something to fall back on. You have plan A, plan B, plan C. And again, as a busy mom, I know what that's like. I know what it feels like. You also get a tailored guided meditation, one that I'm going to make just for you. And this is something that you can listen to in those 15 minutes. You can listen to first thing in the morning when you're going to sleep. And again, it sets the energy for you, for your being. Because that's what a lot of this is that it's not things to do. It's transforming into a different way of being. You also get a bonus Ask Me Anything Q&A. So especially while things are ramping up, I will be available and you will just be able to ask me anything in this mastermind, wherever you are in your journey, whatever challenges you're experiencing. And we will get you answers and a plan step by step. Something that will not feel overwhelming and something that you can confidently and calmly know what your next steps are and how to move forward through it. And this is my favorite part, I will send you a surprise gift in the mail. And I love, love, love seeing when my clients send me a picture of them getting their package. It is so fun to watch. And one of my recent clients just said it was like getting a hug from a dear friend. And that just makes me so happy. And the cool thing is that when she received that package, she had a little bit of a block as far as this next step that she was going to do, these forms that she was going to fill out, and all of a sudden, she got the motivation. She found the time. She made the time. She prioritized herself. She invested a few minutes in herself, and all of a sudden, boom, banged them all out, and got insight from it, and was able to, again, get a healing release just from doing that portion. So those are all the bonuses. A lot of bonuses, a lot of value, and because this is a beta program, this is the first time that I'm launching the Radiant Health and Wellness Mastermind, you get an extremely, extremely low price, a really great discount. And there are 2 tiers. There's a base tier, which is for those of you who who only want the community aspect, who don't want the one-on-ones. Maybe you have worked with a lot of providers and you're not ready to jump into other providers. That's okay. This work, this nervous system regulation work, this gut health work, this healing work, the emotional energetics that you're going to be learning, the skills that you'll be learning, will still be extremely beneficial for you for when you do go back to your practitioners or when you do work with your providers. And then there is a goddess tier for those of you who want me, who want to work one-on-one and have me guide you through the healing journey, get that unique, customized, individualized care. So what I have done is I have created the Reclaim Your Innate Healing workshop, which is actually the first module of the Radiant Health and Wellness Mastermind. So I am gifting that to all of you. Anyone who is interested in learning more, anyone who wants to gain more information, who wants to experience what it would be like to work together, I encourage you, go ahead, sign up for the free workshop, get access to it. You get access to the replay, all the resources. There's a cheat sheet, guided exercises, and there is a complimentary guidance call included with that. So that is for those of you who, again, are ready to jump into the mastermind, who are ready to invest in yourself, who are ready to believe that you deserve healing. And on that guidance call, we can answer any questions that you have, and we can enroll you into the tier that feels best to you. So if you do have other questions that pop up, I do respond to messages again, so feel free to send me a DM, but that workshop is the best way to get in to experience it. You can do it on your own time. You can access the replay whenever you have a few minutes, and that way you will get a taste for what things will be like going forwards. And again, I'm always here for questions if you have them as well. So I am very excited to make this announcement, and if you have questions, send me a message, and as always, I'll be posting more, so you'll be able to see more information and more details as we go. And I wish you and your little ones all the best, and I will see you soon.